Help me help you, man.
He says, my dear, everyone has things to hide.
So that's a yes.
Why were you so shocked when we told you that the egg had been stolen? What's so special about it?
It is the crest of the dragon hunters. It is a symbol of our success. To rid the world of those disgusting beasts that writhe destruction throughout the land.
So you were one of the dragon hunters?
Of course, where do you think I got this? And he sort of points to this giant scar down his face.
I don't know, maybe you just misfired one of those crossbows. You seem very jumpy with them.
Gemma would probably say, probably the same place I got this, and she has I forgot to tell you guys that she also has a pretty gnarly scar on her left eyebrow.
Sick.
Did notice, didn't want to mention it.
Yeah.
He says, now,
Well,
if that's all you've got, then either buy something or leave. I've got work to do.
Come on, guys, we have other people we need to visit.
How much would the information cost me?
What information is that?
Relating... Look, we just hoped we'd actually come across a competent blacksmith who knew anything about the origin of these tools. You're being obstructive. If you have any information relating to that, we could negotiate something, but as it stands, we can probably take our business elsewhere.
Yeah, he sort of walks over to you and sort of standing to you at hip height, he sort of reaches up and just grabs it out of your hand. He says, leave it with me and I'll see what I can do and see what I can find out about it.
Can I trust you with evidence like that?
That's your decision, my dear.
Well, so far you've pointed a crossbow at me, you've been obstructive, you only expressed any interest when money was involved, you don't want to help out, I'm gonna snatch it off him.
Very well. And he sort of goes back to his little brass anvil.
Yeah, I'm sure we've got more useful lines of inquiry. Pursue. Come on.
I'm like, come on. If he's the only... do you reckon anybody else would have any info on this apart from the person that used it?
Yeah.
I can't say, really. I mean, there are a number of uses for a lockpick.
Picking locks.
They do more than just pick locks, my dear, especially of that construction.
What do you mean of that construction?
No, it's fine. You didn't want my help.
Come on,
Gemma shoots Estella a really dirty look.
give it to him. Please.
And he sort of walks back over and he points to a little tiny groove in the lockpick. He says, you see that little groove there? He says, these lockpicks are designed to be able to grab, not just unlock.
Grab?
Yeah, what do you mean by grab?
Yeah.
He walks behind his desk and he pulls out an identical... One of the picks is perfectly identical, but the other one is slightly bizarre in that it's got a fork at the end, as opposed to just a straight bit of metal. And he says, he sort of demonstrates to you, if you turn it around, the groove will balance something on it, and you can grab it with the fork to keep hold of it, so as not to leave any finger marks.
Interesting. I would probably... No, she wouldn't do that. She would probably just thank him, and look to the other two to see if they were ready to go.
So they're saying this is the work of a professional, not an opportunist. And they obviously must have known it was in there somehow. Is that what he's implying? Or am I missing something?
No, well, you can take from it what you want. He's just shown you that these lockpicks can be used to carry items without leaving fingerprints on the item itself.
Okay. So, yeah, it's a specialized thing.
Yeah, how common are these types of special lockpicks?
How similar does it look to any of the lockpicks that he's shown us if he has?
The one that he's just shown you is an identical one.
Yeah.
It's like a two-piece specialist lockpick set.
Did you make that lockpick yourself, or did you acquire it somewhere?
This one was made by me, but it's a common design.
Hmm.
Do you make a lot of those and sell them?
I have to make my money somewhere, my dear.
Have you sold any recently?
Not of note, but then again, I don't really keep records.
Anyone of note who would have been either associated with the Church of Bahamut, someone who looked like he worked for a scholar, or someone of an arcane nature, someone who looked like an alchemist,
Not a warlock.
or anyone like official, like from
not
the king.
No one, definitely not the king. God no, he wouldn't dare set foot in here. Christ, can you imagine it? Royalty in a blacksmith? You're having a laugh.
No, I mean, like, he would have sent servants, obviously.
Well, then
Anyone
I wouldn't-
official looking in that respect.
He says, well then I wouldn't have known, would I? Depends how
Yeah.
inconspicuous they were being.
Yeah, probably very if they were gonna do it to steal things.
But what I'm thinking is we've got one half. The other person still has the other half, probably. So if we go and search the other people and search around there, if they give us the... Obviously we can't just barge in and say, let us search. But if we are...
If we found the other half on them, it would be
find
very
the
good
other
evidence.
half, then they're probably the culprit.
Any of us good at, you know, like thievery, sort of, being able to pick pockets in that respect.
Definitely not.
Well, I used to be a paladin, so that doesn't help. What about you? You got anything that can do that? I don't look at the Dragonborn. Like, you're magic, you can do stuff.
That is true, but I'm not sure I know anything that I'd be able to do to... I could make them try and make them fall asleep.
And then
do
we
it
can
that way.
pickpocket them, but I think at that point,
But that's it, really.
yeah. I might have one thing, but I'm not sure if it's... Plus, we gotta be really careful about how we use magic around here.
That is
What do you
true.
mean? Okay, DM question. Is it the same in Sanctuary, like it is in Oshar, where you can't use magic?
No,
in cities?
Sanctuary is a very sort of wild place.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So magics there are quite common.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I would say, what do you mean?
Don't do any magic around guards. Healing magic kind of works, but even then, it's like dire circumstances. Like, magic can is known to have had side effects in the past. It's kind of dangerous. Can't just let any idiot do it. And I kind of look at her a little bit.
Okay.
Do you happen to be able to perform magic, or
Yes, I know some.
Oh, maybe tell me about it later when less of a kind of exposed place.
Okay. So, are we still in the blacksmith shop, or did we leave? Are we still there?
Yeah, you're still there. You haven't said you'd left.
Okay, so, like talking to Estella, she's probably gonna turn back and be like, thank you for the information, Dante, and she's gonna give him a gold piece. She has no idea, she has some idea, but not really an idea of how much money is worth. So she's gonna give one gold piece and then just walk away.
He sort of scoffs. And you sort of just hear him grumbling.
Don't spend it all at once, I say, and I walk out.
I have I whisper this. I have a feeling he wants a bit more than that.
I don't care. I don't like this guy.
when Estella catches up to me, I'm gonna ask her if I did it right.
I didn't really like the guy. I don't think he was worth the gold. I would have maybe if I knew we were gonna do this ahead of time, I would have just told you to throw some copper in his face.
She's gonna say
we do that next time. But yeah,
you're a very confusing person. And she's
I
gonna keep
know.
walking. Where are we going next?
Yeah, who do you want to go to see next, guys?
Let me see. We got Dragon Religion guy, we got Warlock guy, we got his BFF, we got the Alchemist, and we've already asked about Southern. There's see if there's any royal contacts in town, but that might be a bit tricky.
Yeah.
What do you fancy your chances with? Actually,
Let's go.
if we're capable of magic, we should probably check out the Warlock guy on good terms before we start poking around. We've got a legit reason to go to him. We've got a legit cover.
Yeah.
You guys can snoop around while we're there.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, get all magic verification licensing sorted before we accuse him of stealing. I think is a good plan.
Do we know where the Warlock is?
None of you have asked, and none of you have thought to ask.
Excellent.
I'll have to see the Warlock.
Okay. So, are we just gonna wander down the street until we find a person that we can ask? He seems like a very important person. I feel like most people are gonna know where he is.
How far away have we gone from the blacksmith since we've been doing this?
Are we just gonna go back and ask him?
I was just gonna run back, put my head in the door, and go. "There's the Warlock."
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Do it!
If we're just wandering down the street, we actually might be close to the tavern that we started in. We could ask there. And if we don't see people on the street, I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, just let me know before we ask the tavern guys so I can just cover my ears again first.
So you're walking down the street. There are a number of people walking up and down. You see some of them with little fruit baskets and things.
Yeah.
Gemma would probably just walk up to the first person that she sees, to be honest with you.
Okie dokie, what does Gemma say?
Who am I walking up to?
I'll say it's a fairly young, gentlemanly looking guy. Nothing special about him. Bit of a farmer's boy, grown up.
Okay. She would say, excuse me, sir. I am Gemma of the Raigad Vaktare. I am searching for Ildrit the High Warlock. Do you know where I can find him?
You see his expression drop as he sort of just scarpers away.
Are you going to introduce yourself like that every time?
Yes, every time.
I kind of facepalm.
I'll go up to this person.
Yeah, you find a sort of a more mature looking man.
Hi, I'm Belda. I'm just inquiring. Do you have any idea where the Warlock lives or resides?
Again, you just see him, his facial expression drop and go pale as he sort of disappears off. and ignores you, pretends like he hasn't spoken to you.
Okay.
Do people not
think,
like this guy?
I don't think people want to talk about the Warlock.
So, should we go ask Master Ogden? He would know.
Yeah, that sounds a good idea, to be honest. Or dependent on how
If this
close
is the
we are to the
Actually, oh, sorry, you carry on.
dependent on how close we are to the tavern, we could go there as well and ask the
Yeah.
barkeep.
It might, at the worst case, it'll shut him up for a bit if he has a similar reaction to these people. And I want to see that, so my vote's also with that.
That's fine. Are
Yeah.
we close to the tavern?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
don't know. Where are we at the moment?
So you decided to walk back down to the tavern, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so on your way down, you notice this. Get my descriptions up because I'm organised like that. So you see a fairly elderly man with very, very grey hair, dark blood red eyes, and just wearing sort of a cape, like a black draped cape over him.
Okay.
Should we go and ask him?
You get
Sorry, where do we see him? In the tavern or on the street?
you see him passing you on the street, but you get this really eerie feeling about him.
Well, I mean, not every old person is a warlock.
Make me.
I would consider it a bit rude to just accuse someone of being...
That's fine. Beldar, make an intelligence check.
Oh.
Seems like a normal guy. So you...
Actually, from my background, would I have, like, an idea of, like, signs to look out for someone with magical talent?
Not necessarily. Although... Yeah, make me an intelligence check.
Straight up intelligence?
Let's double check.
I could use investigation because the modifier is going to be the same.
Yeah, okay, use investigation, that's fine.
Well, I'm as good as the wizards!
Yep, so you carry on past him, but again, you just remember this really cold, eerie feeling around this person. Not nice. It makes you feel a little bit sick as well, so you head down to the tavern.
Yeah. Okay.
And you open the door and you see Brown Tear behind the bar.
You're Brown Tear.
Oh,
Where's that
hello, my
warlock guy?
lady. How are you doing today?
Yeah, cut the crap. Looking for a warlock guy?
Ah, you must mean Ildrick. Yep, nope,
Yes.
never heard of him.
You seem to be contradicting yourself a fair bit there, son.
Nope, don't know Ildrick. Never met Ildrick.
I'll give you 10 gold.
Jeez, that's
He turns to you and he goes, go to the embassy, I'm sure you'll find him there.
Thank you.
And he sort of holds out his hand and goes, oi!
Yeah, I give him 10 gold.
Holy cow!
He goes, fantastic! I can buy a brand new barrel for this.
I look at Beldar and say, can I have 10 gold?
No.
Why?
Okay, as soon as he said it, Gemma walked out and just like started walking down towards the embassy.
You don't... roll intelligence. Yeah, you have no idea what an embassy is.
I ask him where the embassy is.
And he says, "Oh, it's about 20 minutes that way." And he sort of points down to the direction of one of the largest buildings in town, next to Master Ogden's house.
Excellent.
I'm also on the way gonna look at Beldra and just,
Hmm.
how did you just... How rich are you?
Well, I only have 70 gold now, but yeah.
Jeez!
70? Holy cow.
What you get for being a sage. Is it? Oh, sorry, a wizard, not a sage.
You hiring anytime soon?
No.
Alright, are we walking?
Make me an intelligence check, Estella.
Flat.
That's investigation. Okay, same thing.
Good thing I didn't have disadvantage. That would be
you-
the 0.
You remember, you remember Beldar saying something about wanting to learn about magics.
Yeah. So, you're a student?
Was.
Oh. What happened there?
As I said, at the moment. Is this who am I talking to? Sorry.
Estella.
So, yeah, as I said, it's classified at the moment. I'm not gonna say anything about my past until I get to know you a bit better.
Okay. Well, I'm probably going to want to know you a bit better now I know money is good.
That was one time for information.
Would you like to know more about magic? I probably know a bit about magic. I don't know much about magic.
Um,
As
so you guys get down to the embassy. And
we're walking down, I whisper to Estella, "What's an embassy?"
It's if you're like it's like a place where representatives of other places go. So if you like, I kind of look her up and down. She looks kind of druidy, right?
Yes.
Like, say if Woodland Fairyland wanted to go talk to people from the cities in a regular manner, like they had trail deal or something, they might set up a shop in a city and that would be their embassy. And that would be the go-to place to talk to people from Woodland Fairy Time place.
She gives you a very confused look, but keeps walking.
so you
Yeah.
guys arrive at the embassy, and you see this monk-looking chap standing at the door. Looks a bit like Varys from Game of Thrones. Human, bald head, big cloak over his, impressive robes, and he says, "Welcome to the embassy of Etrelia. What does your visit concern?"
We would like to talk to the warlock.
Do you have something to offer the Ildric?
I sort of, it's more about information to do with the fact that,
We're not. We are here on official business. We're here to offer our services, but we want to make sure everything's above board.
Roll deception.
Damn it!
Roll 20 does not like you today.
He
Yeah.
says, he turns to you and he says, "Very well." And he looks at you rather suspiciously. He says, I suggest you come and sit down.
Okay.
So you guys go in and you sit down in the embassy, and there's like a waiting room, big hall, and with loads of sort of rooms cut off to the sides. And you see sort of people walking backwards and forwards, looking fairly official, with parchments in their hands. And
Yeah,
I'd say,
Gemma's very uncomfortable in this place.
I'd say sort of you're waiting there an hour or so, and
While I'm here, I'm just
we're
gonna
waiting there
explain.
an hour. She's gonna start wandering like the room that they're in and looking at things because she cannot sit still in this place for an hour.
There's not much really to look at. It's mostly stone walls and just a couple of wooden chairs in a big long hall. It's fairly barren. It's not very inviting.
While I'm waiting, I'm just gonna try and quietly explain to Beldar why I cut across and I said, look, we said we weren't gonna mention the thingy yet until, because we have like legitimate business to be here to start with, because, magic.
True, but maybe they would have sent him through sooner.
Yeah, I guess, but I'd rather, wait an hour and not have him be immediately hostile than the case where he comes very quickly, but, the other guy, he might have a crossbow or something. Although he's a wizard. He probably wouldn't have a crossbow, he'd, have spells.
Thing is, we haven't accused him yet, so why would he be hostile?
Well, we don't know if he did it.
After a little while, you see that same elderly man that you saw earlier on come walking down in the halls. His grey hair down to his shoulders, his red eyes, deep red eyes almost glowing in the dim light. And he's got a couple of guard escorts next to him. And he says, I hear you come to see me about matters.
Yes.
Well,
That we do.
Come in, by all means. And he sort of invites you into his office. And the guards stand watch outside. As you go into the room, you notice that there's a lot of arcane books across the shelves. This appears to be more like his study than an office. And he's got rolls and rolls of parchments sprawled across his desk. And he says, now let's get down to why you're really here.
Okay. Why do you think we're really here? It's a very accusatory opening question.
Well, my associate on the door didn't seem to think that you were actually here to talk about the arts.
Well, I'm a very new practitioner. I obviously maybe don't look the part.
Roll deception.
I mean, I'm technically speaking the truth, but I guess in this context it's probably deception.
Yeah.
Come on. Did it go through? No. Oh.
No. Oh, there we go.
Oh, shoot.
It came through, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yep. He says, I suppose you're...
Sorry, D4.
He says, I suppose you're right after all. Very well. And he says, what is it in particular you need to know?
Well, I'm but a humble servant of Lathander. I was granted this powers through his will, and, it's difficult to explain. Not many of my faith are kind of used to this kind of arcane power, so I was looking for more experience and also for work. And I believe my colleagues also have other reasons to be here.
Well, I may have some work for you, that's for sure.
Also, we are magic users, but wanted to make sure that we could do so in a legal manner, and...
None shall be permitted magic inside these walls.
Would there be any jobs that would require magic? Are there any regulated areas we could practice that in a sort of contained, safe environment?
You can practice outside the walls by all means, but I do warn you, be careful of the wild magic.
Yes.
I'm sure your masters have told you of the history of the magic within our plane of existence.
Out of character, yes. In character, no. Well, I probably would have heard some stuff in character, but it's up to the GM.
And he turns around to you and he sort of goes delves deeper into it, and he says, many years ago there was a great number of magic users, and they had
Less now.
they had stumbled upon a greater magics. The only problem was they never mastered this magics, and it ended in a storm that nearly obliterated all life.
Yep.
So for that reason, my girl, you may not use magic inside these walls.
I look at him saying girl, and I'm just like, I'm clearly a bit old for this. Although,
You look at
Yeah.
him and he is considerably older. Like, for a
Fair.
human, he is very old. It's
Yeah.
it's almost, we'll make an Arcana check.
cool.
There is something keeping this guy alive. He should,
So-
by all rights, be dead.
Well, I see someone that, such as yourself, is permitted to use magic to keep standing.
I am only permitted to identify magic. I am, however, still forbidden myself to use it within the walls.
I kind of squint at him a little bit. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's
Maybelline.
Maybelline. I'm gonna get negative inspiration for this.
I am going to murder you. Just don't start off like you did on Monday. Please don't start like you did on Monday. Yeah. He sort of explained to all of you about the wild magics, and you may have, each of you in one way or another, may have experienced minor wild magic bursts in your adventures up here, but nothing on the scale that he's talking.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, so clearly that there's nothing else that he could probably I think getting like a license or anything to do it is probably a bit difficult at this point, but we've already established that can't happen, so I guess we go with the investigation. And I kind of indicate to the dragon Beldar to start his line of questioning. So, well, we did also have another reason to be here, but it's just minor secondary matter. And Beldar?
Yeah. Are you friends with Master Ogden?
He's been here a number of years, but I've never really had the pleasure to sit down and have a drink with the dwarf.
And while he's doing that, I'm also going to indicate to Gemma to start looking around.
Okay.
Okay, I start looking around.
Gemma, make me an intelligence check.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, you did.
Natural 20!
I was just seeing if you knew what Estella wanted you to do.
That's fair. But I feel like this whole time I've kind of been like looking at her mystified because I have no idea what they're talking about.
It's the
And it
tea!
seemed like
It's
some-
Big Ben!
I'll give you an inspiration as well for the crit success on a low DC.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So what is inspiration again? You can get advantage on
Yeah,
something?
it gives you
Okay.
the advantage.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, she's just been like staring and being like, what the hell is she talking about? Like, she doesn't know what permits are, like she has no idea. But then as soon as she's like, Beldar, go! And then looks at her and she's like, I got this, I know what she's talking about.
Make me an investigation check.
That is perfect.
Yep, nope, nothing around here that you can
Yeah.
see.
Mm,
Beldar, what is it you say?
Well, he's had a bit of an incident.
Go on.
We are trying to gather as much information as we can. He had a break-in and something was stolen, and we were just wondering if you'd have any idea of anyone or anything that could have possibly wanted to steal from him.
Says, well, not off the top of my head, unfortunately. What exactly was it that was stolen?
The crest?
Ah, yes, the crest of the Dragon Hunter.
and you yourself, as a regulator of arcane artifacts, you would want such an item. Well, if the crest... I'm not sure what the properties of the crest were, but I can understand you'd want to regulate if someone is going around stealing magic items, you would want to put a stop to that, because that could end up in the wrong hands.
Yes, that is
I wasn't going to accuse him.
That is true, but at the end of the day, a dragon egg is hardly magical in nature. It's more used for magical properties. I understand there are many different spells and potions that can be used.
What is your area of expertise? I know you regulate magical artifacts, but surely a man of your stature is an academic.
He sort of turns around to you and he says, I mostly just study the artifacts. That's where my interests lie, hence why I'm in this position.
So your expertise is more around artifice than, say, anything a dragon egg be used for?
Well, there are, after all, many draconic artifacts, and the more you can study a single item, the more the artifacts make sense. But in all truth, no, I would have no interest in such an item.
Do we believe him?
Make an insight check.
Oh yeah, can I insight check on as well? It's fine. Not that we need to, I guess.
Yeah, you can do it as well.
Again, he seems a bit off, but he's not... You don't think he's deceiving you about not... He's deceiving you about not desiring such an item, but he's not deceiving you when it comes to saying that, you know, it's not really of a prime interest, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he'd be interested in it, but he wouldn't go out of his way, like, stealing to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did we have any other business here?
Anyway,
Jabba, you must have lots of questions. I think... Oh, and Baldar as well.
yeah, now that you know what was stolen, do you have any idea of anybody in the walls that might want it?
Well, you could always try the antiquities place. I know, I always find that little... that rather intriguing creature that runs that place. She's always seems too happy.
Also, dealing as yourself with a criminal element, would you know anything about where, the more sort of shady aspects of town where such artifacts might show up?
We haven't had such activities in here for many, many years.
Either that or you've had it very competently done.
He sort of scowls at you and says, "If that's all."
Yeah.
Gemma?
That sounds good to me. She does not like this place at all and wants to leave.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks
Just
for your
remi-
time.
Thank you. Yeah, just remind us as out of towners what the restrictions are again.
It says, "Just do not use magic within inside these walls and you'll be alright."
Okay. I guess we take our leave. And I kind of look at Gemma again, just like, "Look, I know you threw the coin last time, but please don't. I think he would get angry." and he is significantly more powerful than all of us combined, I can imagine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she didn't even think of that, honestly. She's just like, I wanna leave, I wanna leave, I wanna leave, I wanna leave.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So,
So,
you guys recall seeing, on your way up here, you recall seeing a little antique shop down here.
It's just across the street, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of down and across.
yeah.
If my computer does it, there we go.
To the antique shop.
And
This is gonna be hilarious.
you walk into this antique shop and there's loads of really nice looking carved items, things that look very, very old, and you just see this little gnomish lady who's she seems a bit suspicious, but as you walk in she seems really, really happy to see you, and she's, "Oh, hello dears, how are you today?"
Are you related to that fellow who owns the bar by any chance?
"Oh, Brown's here." "No, but I tell you what, he plays a smashing game of poker."
Ah. Surprising.
Gemma's gonna start looking around because she is like really curious about all the stuff in here.
We're looking for a artifact that got stolen recently, but it's of such value I can imagine it might have passed through your hands. Now, obviously,
Well, I mean, and she's sort of, "Oh, these antiques are acquired perfectly legally."
yes, but you know, you may get some shady people trying to pawn some stuff off on you.
"Oh no, these are all acquired by myself."
Okay. You wouldn't happen to know anything about draconic artifacts?
"Oh, you're interested in dragon stuff. Well, I tell you
Yeah.
what, Master Ogden tends to buy everything that comes in."
He didn't happen to buy a dragon crest off you?
"Oh no, that item's been with him for many years. I've even asked him a couple of times if he'd mind selling it to me. But, again,
Oh.
no such luck."
Well, that's going to be a bit harder now.
"Why did you say that?"
Because it's been stolen.
"Oh dear, well that's a shame, isn't it? Never mind, I'm sure there's plenty like it laying around somewhere. You know, it's always funny how you're looking for something and it's in the last place you look."
Well,
Well,
generally, because if it's the last place you look, you're not going to look again, is it? Are you?
She sort of says, "No, you're right there. You're a right smart one, aren't you?"
yeah. He's so smart he can actually warp the fabric of reality with his mind.
"Oh, go on, show us a trick." I like magic tricks.
I don't think we're
I'd
supposed.
rather not. Not in these walls.
Yeah, but we already got chewed out on that.
Oh dear.
We haven't done anything. It's just, that warlock that nobody knows. He seemed very.
What's Gemma doing?
She's looking around. Oh, she's totally like poking, like looking at things, maybe poking things, maybe breaking things. It's
So she's actually touching stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh god!
Take 2 burn damage.
Burn it. Interesting. Okay.
I'm just picturing her like holding her hand out and it's phone. She's like, huh.
She'd be like, ouch! What was that?
Oh, that's to discourage thieves. Only I can touch items until they've been purchased.
Okay, good to know. She would probably keep looking, but would be very careful not to touch things.
So, what would your interest be in the crest?
Oh, I'd add it to my collection.
Can we see your collection?
Of course. And she sort of leads you to a back room. And you can just see, like, massive dragon skulls. And these artifacts, you've never seen anything like them. There's even a stone tablet that speaks of the first Dragonborn sighting.
Mm. What do we know about Dragonborns and where they came from in this world?
Hopefully Mildar knows a bit.
The stories have been lost and changed and warped over time.
Yeah.
I'm a Dragonborn and I don't even know.
I just woke up like this one day. Well, I was born. Yeah. Yeah. I also understand Draconic, so I'm gonna have a look at the tablet.
Okie dokie. The tablet says it's a story. It's more like a story, and it's from a traveller saying about how he was crossing a magnificent desert and came across these strange human-looking creatures with scales like that of a lizard, and how they seem to be more intelligent than the average person, and what their interactions was with those creatures. You know,
Okay.
just sort of almost like when we go out to meet indigenous tribes, and that process of learning their language, that process of introducing us as not being a threat, and it's that sort of idea.
So kind of like Bruce Parry kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, neat. Is this collection for like personal reasons, or is it like a mini museum?
Oh,
Are
this
you
is
a scholar?
this is my personal collection of items.
How come you like dragons?
Oh
No offense or anything.
I don't like dragons specifically. This is just one of my many collections of fascinating items.
Oh. What kind of collections you got?
And she says, I've got collections of all kinds of mysterious creatures. I've got collections from way, way deep in the ground.
How big is this house? Is it like is it like the TARDIS?
Can we see her other collections?
It's more like a big cellar that she's taken you into.
I see. Can I see like her other collections? Are they like next to each other?
Have you thought about like opening this up as a tourist attraction? I mean, you've already got like the fire enchantment protection sorted. It could probably get you a nice line of income besides the antiques, or is it already a known thing?
Oh no, I've let you in here special, because I understand you're looking for something particular.
Yeah. I guess we have a look for the egg on the off chance.
There's no sign of it. And it just seems like this lady is being really honest with you, really open, and is trying to get rid of any and all suspicions.
Yeah. Any idea, was it just sentimental why you wouldn't part with it, or was there any other reason?
Oh no, these items are highly valuable.
Yeah, I know, you probably have, like, the means to exchange for something of equivalent value, or even more so, but was there a particular reason he'd hold on to it besides sentimental?
What, this little lady gnome?
I mean, I'm asking the lady gnome about, the guy.
Oh, right, yeah. Ogden.
Yeah, Ogden.
She says, no, dear. She says, that item in particular, not only being highly valuable, it's the last collected egg that we know of.
Oh.
But I tell you what, there has been rumblings. I get many people coming in here telling me that they come from foreign lands, and there's still dragons out there. But I don't understand why they haven't come over here if that's the case.
Has anyone else approached you looking for draconic artifacts?
Oh, people come in here all the time, my dear.
Anyone within time frame that the item got stolen?
Not for that.
Just yesterday.
Not for that particular item.
No, I know. I mean, like, in general.
Well, I must say, I did sell Annabellis, the alchemist, a few dragon fangs yesterday, and she took a dragon claw with her as well.
You ask her next.
Yeah, I want to talk to her too.
And you just see like all these fossilized items as you're sort of walking through the building. It's starting to look more and more like a natural history museum than a antique shop.
Neat. Well, I guess it's just like a very different kind of antique.
Yeah, that's cool. Are her collections like mostly like magical beasts, or they're also like natural beasts?
There's natural, there's magical, there's human, there's elven, there's dwarven, there's gnomish. It's literally just a big collection of interesting artifacts.
You don't have to know Dotan by any chance while we're here.
Oh, Dalton. Yes, he comes in quite regularly.
Do you know where he lives? We've been asked to ask him about it, because obviously his friend's distraught.
Well, he's not been seen in this city for a number of days now.
Oh, that's interesting.
Do you know where we can find the alchemist, Annabellis?
Annabellis, well, and because it's sort of late afternoon, starting to get to early evening, she sort of turns around and she goes, I imagine she'll be getting ready for work.
What do you mean, ready for work? It's almost night.
She has a part-time job.
Oh.
As what?
She
kind of just pat you on the head.
She turns around to Gemma and she goes, she's a lady of the night.
Oh?
What would she say?
I'll tell you about it when you're older.
No, why don't we go show her?
I don't know if she swings that way. She's probably got some colleagues. They probably cater to a wide range. They're sensible, but...
She goes, I imagine she'll be at Castell's now. If you're quick, you might catch her before she gets taken.
Okay. I look at the both of you and
Taken?
so
Yeah.
So,
she'd be like, "What do you mean taken? Is someone going to kidnap you?"
come on, I drag you both out the shop. Now, Gemma, do you know where babies come from?
Yes, of course.
Well, some people, they do that for fun, and some people like that happening so much that they pay other people to do that to them.
Oh. Huh.
Especially in cities. So this is what her other job is.
She would probably walk away muttering something about stupid lowlanders or something.
Come on! Well, Beldar,
Yes.
would you like to see this lady?
Only for information.
You've got lots of gold! Well, I mean, I could do it,
I
but
don't pay for that sort of thing.
what, are you that big a stud with the other Dragonborn and the other wizards?
No, I didn't mean it like that. No.
They pay you!
Oh yeah. No. That was out of character, by the way. I didn't. Oh yeah.
Gemma, would you like to see how this lady does her night job?
Well, I'd like to talk to her, that's for sure.
You can talk to her. Do we know how old Annabelle is?
Annabellis is... Well, you probably don't know how old she is, no. I'd say not. You wouldn't have been told.
Well, I guess you walk over to the place.
So you walk over to Castell's, which is... That.
Just...
When you approach it, it doesn't look like the place you want to be seen. There's some very dodgy characters going in. Some sort of noble soldiers going in as well. And you look through cracked windows and you can see there are people of all sorts of ages and sizes and...
They got a wide
Emma probably
audience.
just had like this really, like, half disgusted, half, like, I don't understand look on her face. It's like, what's happening right now?
I
So,
just realised we didn't ask what she looked like. So how will we know who she is?
well, we'd just say we had a recommendation. And we like to talk to her before she gets taken. What you do afterwards is up to you.
Yeah.
I think if we all went at once it would look very tiny, but any volunteers? Please don't make me do this. Well, I guess I could do this, but it would look... I'm already on thin ice, so...
I mean, you said you have to pay for it. Wouldn't the person with the money go?
Yes, Beldar?
Yeah,
You have lots of money.
I do.
You're open to, like, new experiences, and... But do it for science, Beldar, do it!
I do have my eyes on someone, but I'll...
Look, as a servant of Lathander, I can vouch for your personality. I can vouch for your conduct. You're doing this to help solve this case. I trust you.
I suppose I don't have to sleep with her. I can
You-
just pay her for...
Yeah, just pay the money and then you can talk. Although if she's like, if she's like a much older than your age group, just like call me instead.
No, I'm pretty sure I can get information.
Yeah. Yeah. We trust you.
So are you just shoving him through the door and hoping for the best, basically?
I'm gonna like walk in, hand on his shoulder, and say, "Look, This little guy, he hasn't been out much. Very nervous, first time kind of thing. We got recommended Annabelle.
Annabellis.
Annabellis.
You see this very entrancing looking drow lady walk over towards your positioning, and she's wearing a very, very tight black dress with slits that go down both sides from underneath her arms down to her knees, and you can see there's nothing on underneath. She's not wearing any undergarments or anything of that kind. And she turns around to Estella and she says, "Don't worry, we'll take good care of your friend."
Okay, give him the gold Beldar.
I sort of act really shy.
And she sort of,
and
she
go,
puts one hand on the back of your shoulder and one on the front of your opposite shoulder, as she's sort of just stroking down your draconic skin.
oh. Okay.
He's also, he's of an academic background. He's very shy. Yeah, I kind of like pat him on the back and say, "Off you go."
Make a wisdom check for me, Beldar.
Straight up wisdom, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You feel yourself being drawn to this drow lady, and she says, "Come with me. I will give you a discount for the first night."
Okay.
And she starts singing to you this beautiful song that you just cannot get out of your head, and she leads you to a back room and gives you pleasure.
I mean,
You guys standing outside, you're waiting for a fair while. And
at this point, I order a drink.
what, from outside? Or are you waiting sort of in and around the place?
Like assuming like it's a sort of they might put up a front that it's a bar or something, maybe.
It's not really the sort of place you want to drink, but there is drinks being served.
That's good enough.
What's Gemma doing?
She's probably just staying with Estella, and if she gets
Yeah.
a drink, she'll probably get one too, and is just like looking around, being like, "Why? Like why?" But they don't even know each other. I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like suss out what drink is likely to do the least damage to Gemma's system.
It's not like she's never drunk before. Okay. So
I don't know.
You wouldn't know that. That's fine.
I would like give you equivalent of a shandy or something.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah, they charge you like 5 silver pieces for the drinks.
Yeah, I'll deduct that.
And Beldar, once the drow lady is finished with you, she whispers in your ear and she says, "Come back tomorrow and I'll give you more." And you feel yourself enticed and like you must come back tomorrow.
Did I hear her do like the song when she was leaving with Beldar?
You probably heard her singing to him, but not.
Do I think she did any magic kind of stuff?
Right. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Because like, we've been so on alert
Make-
for magic. Would we be?
Make an Arcana check. Gemma, you get the sense that Beldar has been enchanted in some way.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like lean over to Estella when she brings the drinks back and be like, did it seem like Peldar was suddenly very interested in going? It seemed strange.
Maybe it was the hormones kicking in. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
It didn't.
you don't know what.
It didn't.
It might have been just like when he got into it. Just yeah.
But did you hear the drow singing?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think she might have cast a spell on him.
Yeah, that's incredibly sketchy. This is like an incredibly sketchy place.
Now that it's over, do I have enough willpower to ask the questions?
You can ask her questions at any time. Like, it doesn't, although you're enticed to her, it doesn't stop you from asking questions. But she does, when she's finished with you, she says, we'll call it 20 gold for the night.
Okay, I obviously hand her the 20 gold. Anyway, is it okay if I ask some questions?
Okay, of course.
Sorry, I'm being very immature.
Do you have any idea or interest in the draconic artifacts?
He says, what draconic artifacts? And she sort of just keeps lightly touching your body. And she says, honestly, I've got no interest in artifacts at all.
Okay, well, we were sent in your direction because somebody,
My direction? Who sent you in my direction?
the owner of the antique shop.
She recommended you to me. How sweet of her.
Yes, well, we were just wondering if you have any idea who would want the crest from Master Ogden.
Ah, maybe you're thinking of Annabellis.
Yes, I was wondering if that. That's
Yes.
excellent.
That's who we thought you were.
No, my dear, my name is Lady Castell. But I assure you, you do not need to request any information from my employees. And again, you just feel this, as much as you want to feel the urge to, you just think actually it's probably a better idea not to ask the question.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Okay.
Why did we send the nerd in?
This is awesome. This is hilarious. Meanwhile, in the common room where we're sitting, can we hear other people talking around us?
You can hear
We can probably hear a lot of people doing something else.
Well, yeah.
you can hear a lot of
Obviously.
you can hear a lot of about a lot of things.
Anything of interest? I'm wondering if we hear somebody else called Annabellis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would we figure out that it was not her, or would we just not have any idea?
Make me an intelligence check. Or investigation. That's probably better.
It's the same modifier,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
why I keep. I could also try and work the room, see if I can talk to anyone, hear any gossip.
Roll me.
Yeah, that's also what I was wondering. If we heard gossip. and
Gemma, make me an investigation check first. Yeah, you ask a couple of people about her, and it appears she hasn't turned up today.
Huh.
Awesome. Okay.
But you do get told where you will be able to find her, and she's quite often in the treasury. in the city's
Okay.
treasury.
Okay, excellent. So once we figure out that that was not
Do you-
Annabelle that he went with,
Do we rescue our boy?
can we like try to find him?
Well,
Or-
as you finish your investigations, you see him leave the room
Oh, he
anyway,
comes-
and
okay.
he seems very. He's got a stupid grin across his face.
Okay, so
I'm
we
gonna like at this point, knowing that that wasn't Annabelle, I'm gonna like check him over. Right?
medicine check. Can we medicine check him just in case?
Yeah, roll medicine if you want to.
Buy him.
Yeah, he seems fine. He doesn't seem like he's picked up any ailments.
Yeah, I mean like well,
Wow,
there's like a probable reason why he's got. So
that was fun.
Can I tell him
Anyway,
he's still
that
if he's
wasn't
still charmed?
Annabelle's.
Yes, we figured that out. She
That was
didn't come to
Castell.
did you have a good time?
I did, yes, but that's not the point. I don't think we should.
I kind of like offer a
carry on
high
with our
five.
investigation into Annabelle's.
Why not?
He said that she doesn't think it's necessary.
No offense, Belda, but considering what you were just doing, I don't exactly trust your judgment right now when it comes to her.
I mean, like heat of the moment. You might say like, oh, I don't.
Can I tell if he's still charmed?
Sorry?
Since I was the one who noticed that he was charmed. Can I
You-
tell if he's still charmed?
Make an Arcana check.
Nope.
Maybe it was the hormones after all. Can I make an Arcana check? Just like going off the suspicion that
Yeah.
Gemma thought something was up earlier.
No, he seems fine.
Yeah.
Seems normal to me.
I think he was just like intimidated by the pretty lady.
Okay, well, we know where to find Annabellis.
We don't need to
Tomorrow.
talk to her, apparently.
Again,
You
don't trust your judgment. I don't trust. What's her name? Castell?
I'm just gonna like gently slap Beldar a little bit, just thinking he's like a
Beldar.
bit.
And we're definitely not in the brothel right now. We are outside of the brothel.
Yeah.
Just
Beldo,
thinking
you
that-
probably think of a few reasons why that it's not going to be necessary, and you sort of convey this to the other two, and make a persuasion check versus their insight. No, persuasion.
Exceptional.
persuasion.
Damn it! Oh! Gem is not
Huzzah!
convinced.
So, you're all a bit on edge with each other now. Sort of, hang on a minute, should I listen to her or him? And you sort of doing that three-way. Not quite
Yeah.
sure what way to go about this now.
Okay, so how about right now we go talk to the priest of Bahamut and we come back to Annabellis later.
Would the treasury still be open at this point? It's getting pretty late.
yeah, the night is closing fast. It's now incredibly late. The moon's quite high in the sky.
Did we scope out another bar to stay?
No, the only one that had any room is Brown Tears.
Damn it! I guess we go back to that bar.
So you guys make your way back to Brown Tears, and you reflect over the course of the day. Beldar, when you're in your room at night, you can hear Castell's voice in your head, and it says, "Don't forget me, honey. Come back tomorrow night." And again, you feel this real urge to make sure you're there tomorrow night.
I whisper to myself, I won't.
Do we hear?
Make a perception check. No.
Yeah.
And
I just
that will
Yeah.
conclude tonight's session because it's getting late here in the UK. So
Yeah.
thank you all for that have been watching. I shall hopefully be able to upload these to YouTube if they're not too bad. And look forward to seeing you all next week.
Okay.
Thank you.